ladies and gentlemen. You know, in the beginning of the pandemic, they were talking about, maybe an increase in births, people getting pregnant. You would think, folks are home together. Uh-uh, not in America. There ain't hardly no baby making going on among the high IQ. Now, I'm not talking about our family. We're talking about the high IQ. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's going through the roof right now in America? Birth control. That's right. Birth control is spiking all over America. This came out in USA Today. Some might expect the US is due for a baby boom after couples nationwide had an abundance of alone time. However, a spike in birth control requests may make a coronavirus baby boom unlikely. Digital health clinics, they said they seen a 50% increase in patient requests for birth control and a 40% increase in emergency contraceptive uh, requests. The company serves more than 250,000 patients. Whether to have a child for the first time or another child, that's something people are feeling it isn't time to explore. Many delay family planning over health related uncertainties brought by the coronavirus pandemic. A study published by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention last Thursday found that pregnant women may be at increased risk for severe illness from coronavirus compared with non pregnant women. And that is true. There have been a number of babies born with coronavirus because the mother had it. There's no data on how a COVID-19 infection affects a woman's pregnancy or the health of her baby. So, it's just like anything else. There's a lot of unknown things about coronavirus that people don't know. It's just way too soon. If people do have the luxury of waiting and are still early in the process, I think waiting is what most people opt towards. And understandably so. The Bootmacher survey of more than 2,000 women ages 18 to 49 from April 30th to May 6th found that more than 40% of them changed their plans about when to have children or how many children to have because of coronavirus. Which I don't blame people, to be honest with you. It's tough bringing a baby in this, environment with coronavirus because, like I said, look, there's Texas. They got 1 to 2 year olds that are getting coronavirus. You know, I mean, really, there's no guarantee any of us won't get it, regardless of the age, young or old, at this point, because America don't have any control over this virus whatsoever. Okay, let me get back to this. Ashley Bryant, an OBGYN and family planning specialist at the Cleveland Clinic, said the economy has also influenced people's decision to have a baby, as millions of Americans have lost their jobs and health insurance tied with it. The Brookings Institute said the economy has long dictated a baby boom or a baby bust. According to economists at the think tank, the USA should expect 300,000 to 500,000 fewer births next year as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. To compare, the Great Recession led to a drop of almost 400,000 births from 2007 to 2012. Along with a spike in birth control orders, doctors have seen a shift in preferred birth control methods. Although the pill is far and away the most preferred method, Hoffman said there has been an increased interest in the shot as it can be administered at home and can last for 3 months. Mencken said more people are considering a birth control ring during the coronavirus that's relatively new to the market because it's reusable and long lasting and reversible. Contraceptive is so critical to the health and well being of my patients, especially in a pandemic when there's so much uncertainty, Brandt said. Healthcare providers are rising to the challenge of finding ways to provide that care. So, ladies and gentlemen, people are hopping onto the birth control and foregoing having babies. Now, some people are having babies. I mean, people in my family are also having babies, but this is, like I said, this is a tough climate to be raising a baby in. You know, that child now is going to grow up and not even have the luxury of knowing what it's like to go out and play with other children, because now you're running the risk of them getting COVID, just having contact with other children. It's a very different world from when I grew up. And now you got to consider putting a mask on, even a toddler. That's really tough to think about. I tell you what, if I would have put a mask on my son, that mask would have been off his face. He wouldn't keep that thing on, not unless I just was real firm about him keeping it on his face. Otherwise, he would take that thing off. That's why I think it's ridiculous that they're trying to make kids go to school. I was reading prior to doing this video that in Texas, there's a daycare center where children are, and the coronavirus is spreading among those children in daycare. All right, so that's daycare. How do you expect them not to get it in school? Woo, tough times ahead, not only for us as adults, but for children too. Now we got to normalize a life to them that's very different from the one that we lived. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.